Good filler, Bill. Good job of filling time for me as I'm scrambling.
Yeah. Well, for those that don't know, you just set up a little camera.
Yeah.
I've been telling people about what you do.
Yeah.
What's his name does? Tony Bachman.
Yes.
He does the same thing.
Yeah.
And as people do that, they get to see what you're doing, how you're doing it, and if we really are working.
Well, that, and I don't know how we'll test the high resolution of our camera here and see if it picks up the subtle nuances. For example, is there something on your face there today, Bill?
You know that
this is radio, but
I'm a part of the November burn.
Okay,
that they've been doing for 3 years.
Okay,
they made fun of me last year because I didn't really try.
Yeah.
This year I'm trying, and I'm going to have it when I get my statewide award December 1st in Huron. And they're going to present it, and they're going to say, "What's that for?" I said, "Well, we were helping the people in Sioux Falls with November burn."
Describe more what that means. Is it sideburns that were
sideburns in November? And they have all kinds of contests. They decided to add a category: those that have only white in their burns. So we'll see how it goes. Police chief's involved.
Yeah,
he comes in twice a week, whether we need it or not. And we get a couple of city councilmen. So
yeah, well, maybe I could. I'm starting to feel like I could.
I think
approach
you need
that
to be a
category
part
of the white whiskers there. I'm starting to get a few in mind. But so all you're talking about, Bill, is one of the, I think, ingredients that make our city successful. There's a lot of them, and we talk
people
about it all the
doing
time.
Things to help.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm gonna. This is a show about commercial real estate, and I don't want to say our industry is one of those ingredients, but I will say activity in commercial real estate is a major component to a successful economy.
For a number of years, you're right there. And when we heard Butch's number earlier this week and didn't know we were going to hear it that quick, it's like, wow, commercial and residential really rolling the tide.
But we're talking about commercial buildings
Absolutely.
coming up. And,
yes.
But it's a big deal, but we're not to get ahead of ourselves or our heads too full of ourselves. The property is the means. The end goal is bringing jobs to our community, growth to our community, and commercial real estate is one of the ways to achieve that, just by bringing the buildings that, employ the people. And it's so fun to hear Butch talking about second record,
third
year in a row, but this will be our second
and it's
number
two.
It's number two from last year, which last year was just crazy.
It was an oddball.
Yeah, but this stuff it stimulates our construction market, it employs our contractors, subs, all related industry. And this is part of the reason our unemployment is, under 2%. But I'm telling you, to achieve growth of 5,000 people a year in a community doesn't happen by accident. Instead, it's a result of very intentional planning, strategy, and, just a lot of hard work. And, with that, we experience growth. But to experience growth, we got to look outside of our boundaries, and to do that, we got to bring in more people. And to do that, we need to create jobs. And that means we need to bring more industry. Yeah. And, we're in competition, we're doing a lot of great things. We toot our horn a lot and say we've got a lot of good things going. But, we talk about our quality of life, our great people, work ethic, and all that. But seriously, what community doesn't say the same thing? So we're competing against the Omahas, Des Moines, Kansas City, Cedar Rapids, on and on and on and on. So what do we do to differentiate ourselves? Well, the easy way is just open up your wallets, pay companies to come to your community. And there's a lot of that we compete with, of cities that are just kind of giving the ship away, just to bring business to town. But, all you're doing there is being the low-cost provider.
Now, the truth is, you've lived in Omaha. Mm-hmm. I've lived in other cities far bigger than Sioux Falls. Yeah. But what Sioux Falls is doing makes people feel a part of. They want to make a big difference, and we are.
Well, right. And we have strategically and intentionally as a community decided we don't want to give it away, to bring business to town. We think we got a lot of good things here already. We've got a good story. There's a lot of reasons that people want to be here. But there is one extra incentive or component that, we strive for. And I'm talking about a key ingredient to the success of our city. And I'm going to narrow it down a little bit to call it a group. And it's a group that's responsible for, in 2023, Bill, this group is responsible for over 4,000 jobs, $700 million of capital investment in our community. Now, this is what I mean by capital investment. It's buildings. They're building buildings that, pay real estate taxes, employ our trades and services. This group is one of the key ingredients to the success of Sioux Falls, and that group is the Sioux Falls Development Corporation. We talk about them a lot. Last night was their annual meeting, well attended, by hundreds of people eating their jumbo shrimp and all of that. And, it's just their way of reminding us what successes they've had and keep us informed of, what the Development Foundation does for our community. I've been doing this show with you over 10 years. I don't think we've ever really talked about them. I mean,
not as much as we should have.
Well, directly. I mean, you have Bob Munt on, right. Their director, Dean Dezek, VP of Economic Development. I mean, I'm telling you, these guys do a great job for our community. And again, we need to recognize, the value that they place in our community. So dive in a little bit about them. They started in the 50s. It was actually, I wasn't here, but in the 70s, they kind of started to gain some notoriety. They wanted to bring a business to town called Eros Data Center. And so that was kind of one of the things that started to, get them in contention to our city. But their main objective is to largely say companies will come if there's available land, if there's affordable land. And so that's what they do. They go out and buy land and essentially try to attract Sioux Falls to outside business. And it started off simply, innocently. They called it Development Park 1. That was, I'm not sure when that was. I'm guessing in the early 70s. And today we are 8 parks into. There's Development Park 8. We hear of Foundation Park, where Amazon is. But I'm talking, we can talk about Amazon. We can talk about Marmon Energy, the people that make the wind towers and things like that. But it does disservice to the other 150 companies that are in the development parks. And, this is some 40 years later that this has been going and going strong. And so it's exciting to be a part of a community that very intentionally says this is what we're going to do. They put together this initiative to get this land called the Development Foundation. But in the 80s, they said, you know what? Let's ramp it up even more and start a companion organization called Forward Sioux Falls. And they are a group that I was actually part of the initial fundraising to get Forward Sioux Falls started. But their goal is to bring job creation businesses to our community. Now, the difference is, certainly a Chick-fil-A, a Costco, they bring jobs to the community. But those companies, Chick-fil-A, Costco, they're here to satisfy the demands of people that are already here. Companies like Amazon, Marmon, 12,000 employees in our development parks, 2,300 acres on Development Foundation properties. So a lot of the business, a lot of the employment is a result of the efforts of the Development Foundation. No one single organization in our city, I don't care if it's the Chamber of Commerce, City of Sioux Falls, all that, can make the claim that the Development Foundation does. So as brokers, we love them. They love us. We're trying to bring them deals. They make our jobs very easy. And they don't really compete with other landowners in town. I mean, they do to a certain point, but they're kind of their own niche. And like I said, we're just delighted to be a part of a community that, does what they do. Their website is SiouxFallsDevelopment.com, and you can learn a lot about them through that organization and their website. But if you're looking to come to the city or, even within the city. This isn't just for outsiders. They do a lot for existing business in our community and kind of boost their vibrancy and so forth. But, give us a call and we can kind of enlighten you, or contact the Development Foundation direct. But either way, I'm telling you, it's just one of the key ingredients and secrets to the success of Sioux Falls.
Another part of that is a guy like Bob Munt, who worked Omaha Council Bluffs, also worked Fox Cities in Wisconsin. He brings all that knowledge and all those contacts with him, just like you do, just like I do, and all of us do. Those that are coming to Sioux Falls have some ideas to help those that have been here forever. 20,
30 years ago, we probably wouldn't have attracted a Bob Munt. He'd say, yeah, Sioux Falls is just not, a big enough opportunity. Today it is. Today we're a very desirable place to work for the Bob Munts of the world, as well as just a lot of the new companies, new CEOs, and new businesses that are a result of the efforts of the Sioux Falls Development Foundation.
All right, I'm going to do an invitation for you. Now, you don't even know what I'm going to do. But
you always catch me flat-footed in this program, Bill.
Here's the deal. We don't have any Friday shows the next 2 weeks because we're going to be in Huron with the State Farmers Union. I'm getting a statewide award. I'm very excited. Going to get to do the show out there.
Congratulations. Nice.
And next week is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Monday, we are bringing together a real estate guy, a banker, and I'd like to bring you into that hour, into the 9 o'clock hour Monday, and we'll talk about where we're at, what we have to be thankful for. Would you be willing to do that?
The heart is willing. I'm not sure if the body is able. Let's just say I'll have my people contact your people, and we'll hopefully
you
get
are
it figured
invited.
out. Thank you.
And we've done this before when we've hit some numbers.
Right. Absolutely.
So we'll make it all work. And how do they reach you?
Well, Nelson Commercial Real Estate is the name of our company. You can find the video of this program on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and our website is just ncommercial.com. And you can reach me direct at 605-728-7600.
Old Nelly, he found 14th and whatever street it was. He got here on time.
On time today. Thanks, Bill.